Hi everyone, I'm Marcia at Shakti Soul Coach at marciacanestrano.com, and this is our reading from the Akashic Records, from the oracles, about the new moon in Gemini solar eclipse that's taking place on June 10th, 2021. Now, everybody that I've been listening to, this eclipse has a lot of positive aspects, yay, because I don't know about you, but the last, I would say, since the Scorpio full moon back in May, it's really been an interesting time about like digging up and doing the inner work, doing the shadow work, looking at our truths. What do we believe? What do we no longer believe? And personally, for me, this whole we had Neptune and Mercury in a square over last weekend, and it was like, oh man, I was really feeling it really a lot. It was really dense. So if you were in a place of like, what's going on with me, that's part of what it may have been. We are moving into a later time, which is so beautiful, and I'm really psyched. And what Spirit wants you to know is I am filming this on June 9th, 2021. So tomorrow is the actual eclipse. It's taking place, I believe, at like 3:32 a.m. Pacific time in the Americas, and that would be 6:32 Eastern time in the Americas, and then it will be later in the day in Europe. And so what we are here to do today is to not only do a reading for tomorrow, but to really do a reading for the entire month. New moons normally always are impacted, a month. They're a month-long cycle, right? But this eclipse and all eclipses really, really have a monthly effect. So you can really feel them strongly the month, the month before the actual eclipse, at the time of the actual eclipse, and a month after the actual eclipse. So this is a reading that will definitely encompass that entire time frame. And, sometimes eclipses have effects 6 months later and up to even 3 years later. So, but this is really the condensed energy of it. And I know in my world, I've already had two different changes take place. Just so you all know, I mean, I'm a big believer in eclipses and the changes that they bring about. Sometimes they're very obvious in, in our external world, where we decide to move, we get married, we get divorced, we get pregnant, a child is born, someone actually departs this world from our life, all kinds of external things like that. Relationships end, relationships begin, marriages take place, marriages end. So it can be a lot in the external. However, if it's not in your external world, it will be in your internal landscape in some way, shape, or form. Because personally, I feel it could be very subtle, it could be very dramatic, but I personally feel that everyone, as a collective in particular, is really going to always feel the energy of the eclipses. Now, this energy is aligned with the North Node in Gemini. So the new moon solar eclipse that's bringing light and new beginnings to what Gemini rules into the North Node in Gemini is the area of where we are going individually as a part of the collective. Now, the collective is all in the North Node of Gemini. What does that even mean? So the nodes in astrology depict, in very simplistic terms, the South Node is our karma, the past, and the North Node is our dharma, the future. So this is a North Node solar eclipse in Gemini. So this is about the future. This is where we're going. These are the new beginnings, the new doors that are opening up for us. And, Gemini's the twins. It's ruled by Mercury, so it has to do with the mind, it has to do with questioning, inquiry, and it has to do with the truth, which I feel is really, really important, prevalent. in need of in our world. And so, this is also going to head us into a time where, Gemini has to do with fun, it has to do with siblings, it has to do with socializing, but very much the mental capacity of it, about questioning, about asking the questions, about looking at all different points of views and listening to all different points of views. And this is the path that we are moving forward into as humanity, especially I feel like moving into the 5D collective energy of humanity, into this higher dimensional frequency that is welcoming of all different points of view. And whether that is not within your own internal belief system, it is a part of your openness to recognize and acknowledge that of another. Okay, so we're going to start with the Rebecca Campbell Work Your Light deck as our foundation message for today. And, I'm like, okay, I'm just going to ask in general, what is our message for the new moon solar eclipse in Gemini 2021? Whoa! Did you all see how that flew out of the deck? Spirit doesn't fool around when they fly out and jump like that, Okay, this is from, just so you all know, the Rebecca Campbell Work Your Light Oracle cards, beautifully illustrated by Danielle Noel. Okay? Woo, baby. Okay. What were we just saying? Align your life. What is no longer in alignment with who you truly are. Truly are. We, as individuals, are coming into our own path of being able to integrate all of the pieces of our soul that we may have left behind because of our own, ability to give away our power in other situations. And so this is a time of reclamation of power. And so we're claiming the pieces of the soul, all the fractals, all the memories, all of the gifts, all the lessons that have been derived from the challenges. And from those experiences, that is where we create wisdom as souls. So this is the coming together of all of those pieces of self in this eclipse. Now, we know Gemini's the twins. So, and I don't have the glyph present. Now I do. I wish I did. Well, y'all know what the Roman numeral of 2 looks like. So it's looks like 2 1s or 2 I's, capital I's, and then it has the line that goes across that connects both pieces. Now this is really important. These are not about the twins standing separate, but this is their connection. And so what this is showing us is even with twins, there is a connection. And these are all, if you will, all the twin pieces of ourselves coming together as one. We are not disconnected ever, even though we may be doing some soul retrieval work. We are always going to find the home, find the major place that we belong. And this is the major soul that is a part of our experience at this moment in time for our best and highest good and the best and highest good of all. So what this is saying is that there's a lot of reclamation that's going to go on, and we're going to find out things about ourselves that we had no idea that we were even capable of or even knew about. I really feel like there's going to be this big expansion in like people's talents and people's gifts, where or in interests that lead to like something that's really like heart opening, and could even lead to like new careers, because of course, in the eclipses there could be an old career going away and new career coming in. So I'm feeling like that kind of thing. This is a beautiful time to be in that place of questioning and being in that place of research, because Mercury, as we all know, currently is in retrograde. And so it's been in retrograde since June, what month are we in? May 29th. Okay, May 29th. So we're about 2 weeks in. And, we still have a couple of weeks to go. And so in this retrograde, it's great because that, especially since it's in the same sign, it's in Gemini, that doesn't happen all the time. So it's supporting that inquiry that Gemini gives us to research the self and the truth. What is no longer in alignment with what we truly are. So this is not, I feel like this almost is about the Sagittarius. Like, okay, we've gone through the 2 weeks of Sagittarius South Node, full moon, lunar eclipse energy of like, this is no longer, this is the past, this is no longer who we are, this is the past, this is my karma, and now in the new moon Gemini solar eclipse, we're reclaiming our power, we're reclaiming our soul self, we're reclaiming our gifts and the knowledge and the truth of who we are within us. I'm feeling like we're going to pull another one from this deck about this maybe being more the Sagittarius, and let's give it even more of a Gemini new moon solar eclipse message, if you look at it from that perspective. Oh, interesting. Whoa, nothing's really flying out. Okay. Here, no, I just want one card, please. No. One card. Whoops. Oh, well, they're determined. 2 cards. Okay. Oh, this is so beautiful, though. Okay, so what this Gemini is doing, this is also part of, I feel, that old, that old Sagittarius North Node. Look at that. Like, oh, babe, or Sagittarius South Node, excuse me. Okay, here we go. Our power. Our power. Who are we truly? Reclaiming our power. When we reclaim our power, guess what? We can share our voices. This is like a big throat. I'm feeling a lot of like, big throat chakra openings for people. So what may have kept us feeling unsafe to speak in this lifetime and any and all lifetimes may be gently, graciously, lovingly, joyously, easily brought to the surface now. And for those of you with a message of your wisdom of the experiences that you've accumulated lifetime over lifetime, this is going to come to the surface for sure for you. I mean, this is coming out of the cave, persecution and expression. So this, and I love this because, the cave, look at her. She's sitting right on the edge of moving into this beautiful pyramid energy. And to me, this pyramid energy is truly indicative of summer solstice, which will be June 20th, 2020. So we're about 10, 11 days away from that. So yeah, this is us truly entering into this new corridor in this new season. Okay. And look at this. Overall, Council of Light is here. Divine orchestration, helpers in the subtle realms. So this is a huge, oh boy, we're clearing something around this. This is a huge galactic and ascended master and angelic realm, all of unconditional love, support system that I almost feel like I'm kind of getting like this nudge, like on humanity. It's like, okay, this is the doorway. This is the time. We're going to be really in even greater support to be able to help to move people into this place of knowing themselves from the inside out, of knowing their hearts, knowing their wisdom, knowing who they truly are. And instead of being able to, always absorb what you're being told by culture, by family, by society, by the world, by any institution, you're going to, all of that, like what South Node in Sagittarius represents, which is all of those things, will now be able, through the greatest of help from the subtle realms by the Council of Light, to be revealed within us. So we are definitely moving. And Mercury also, Mercury, the ruler of Gemini, and Gemini rule communications. So I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all that the Share Your Voice came out as a part of this gift. So, and I've been really busy. I was kind of like, oh, do I want to make this video? Oh, I said I would though. And, on and on and on, right? We all have these kind of, machinations of the mind. And it's like, no, here I am. So I'm doing this, and I'm doing this, because they wouldn't let it go. Okay, so that's our foundational message. So, we were talking about these different places, bringing all of ourselves together, and the subtle realms that we're working in. And I was kind of surprised that this deck is one that came up, but I love this deck. I think the artwork is absolutely delicious. And this is the Oracle of the Hidden Worlds by Lucy Cavendish. The artwork is by Gilbert Williams. And so these are the hidden realms. What are the hidden realms within us that we are opening up the doorways to explore, opening up the gateways to explore in this dharmic, futuristic energy? Oh, that came right out. Awesome. Okay, let's see what it says. Oh, the leap. Taking the leap of faith, ecstasy, bliss, and belief. So, this is so gorgeous. I'm going to have to put my glasses on now. Oh, wow. This is so beautiful. And I love the fact, like, you notice we start with aligning your life. There's absolutely like no sparkles, no nothing in the background. Okay, we moved into the Share Your Voice. I mean, in the cave, we don't have any of those beautiful orbs or sparkles or stars. And look they're all here. They're all here. And then when we go to the Council of Light, we have all the orbs, and then the sparkles, the stars surrounding it. And then here we are with the leap of faith. She's completely surrounded once again by these orbs, by these sparkles, by these white light orbs, by her guides. Okay, so for any and all of us that have been in this place of like, ooh, do I launch this? Do I not do that? What do I do? And to me, of course, listen to your own truth, listen to your own intuition. But this is a really beautiful time where a lot of us can take off into new projects, into new realms, into new careers, into new ways of thinking at the very least. Into new, even like in this leap, and I'm hearing new locations, because look she's leaping from the mountaintop into another location. And so, any of you who have been contemplating making big changes and have been dragging your feet, and, rightly so, especially over the last 2 weeks because of the whole, energy that we've been in. It's been dense, heavy energy. It's hard to move forward. But this is a gateway. These eclipses tomorrow, or the eclipses, yes, but tomorrow's eclipse is really a gateway, a portal to be able to move forward into your dharma. And it may be that the leap that you take is just starting a 3-minute meditation practice, to take a little journey in your own inner landscape. Whatever it is, know that you're going to be divinely supported. And I love this. I mean, ecstasy, bliss, belief. So I do feel, too, when we were talking about A lot of us are going to have an opening. I'm feeling like this opening around, oh, I always thought my life had to look like this. I thought I always had to be this career, this role, this identity. And this is a shift in identities. And the big overall message here for the collective shift in identity is to take the leap of faith to actually live in bliss and ecstasy. Whoa. I mean, we have been living in a 3D paradigm that really professes, that suffering is honorable, and that there's a lot of negative news, a lot of negative energy, a lot of negative perspective, and a lot of negative beliefs. And so this leap is definitely also a leap into the fifth dimensional consciousness of, we actually can come to this planet and this life and be blissful and feel ecstatic and live in joy. And that's not every moment. And that's what Gemini also reminds us of, being the twins. It's not every moment, because this planet is a planet of duality. However, for so many lifetimes, for so many timelines, we've been living in such an unbalanced energy of the dark, the negative, that which is where suffering is revered and honored, and that poverty is revered and honored. You have to work hard, all of that. And this is the turning point. Oh man, I'm feeling like so much in my heart talking about this stuff. Whoa. Okay, this is the turning point right now where it's like, oh, guess what? We get to, even for a millisecond, to feel that teeny bit of fifth dimensional consciousness where we can be in a state of bliss. And that state of bliss could be, petting your little kitty cat. It could be taking a walk. It could be playing with your children. It could be having a great cup of coffee in the morning. It doesn't have to be, some transcendental consciousness experience out of body on, a mountaintop in the Himalayas or Machu Picchu or at the pyramids. It can be right in here, your own backyard. So yeah, this is beautiful. So this is the hidden realm that is being uncovered for us, is that leap for us to even fathom that we can have a moment of bliss and ecstasy and joy in our lives. That's a huge, just feel if the collective, if even, what is it, like 10% of the collective or 1% of the collective began to live in this, what a change it would make. And like Gandhi said, be the change, right? Be the change you want to see in the world. Okay, so the next card that they wanted me to pull was from Yasmin's, it's Yasmin Boland's Moonology deck, and the art is by Nick's Rowan. So, because this is an eclipse, so they were really like, wanted to use this astrology deck. Okay. Oh, interesting. This is interesting. What do we have here? We have the full moon in Leo. Don't let pride get in your way. And so we've already had our full moon in Leo for 2021, and I believe that was back in January. Okay, and January of 2021. So looking back, you may want to, what was going on in January? I mean, this is the 6 months, right? So January to June, this is a big time, half a year that's passed. And so what we're being asked here, I feel, by this Leo, with this Leo energy, is, you know, we can let our pride get us stuck in in not aligning our lives, not sharing our voice, not sharing our voice, saying that there's no way bliss, ecstasy, joy, happiness is not my birthright. That's somebody else's birthright, or that's no one's birthright. What are you talking about? And that doesn't mean that this is about immediate gratification. It takes healing. It takes introspection. It takes reflection. It takes effort. And this is the easy way out. Letting the pride get in the way, letting the old belief systems, it's just so much easier to be unhappy. It's so much easier not to change. Eclipses are about change. Hands down. Whether it's subtle, whether it's internal, whether that's dramatic, whether it's external. They're about change. So, sometimes we are the ones that get in our way the most. Sometimes we are self-sabotaging. So we are all being reminded here as the collective that and we all, the other part about this is too, like, here I am on a public platform, and it's like, oh yeah, we're out there, and I'm saying this, and I'm saying this, and I'm saying this, and I might have to retract it. And I have to understand that, oh yeah, this may not be other people's points of view. And it also, and this is not to go to say that there isn't suffering in the world and it's all going to go away. No, that is not what we're saying. What we're saying is, as human beings, we do have within our cellular structure, within our etheric bodies, the ability to create bliss and ecstasy in our life. And so we are the co-creators if we so choose. And this is taking a higher, more expanded path into what the human experience can be. And so we are being reminded to not let our old belief systems, our old pride, our old entrenchment in our own victim mode, in our own victimhood, in our righteousness of being a victim, to prevent us from moving into another space that is new and that can be leading us to a deeper sense of who we are as soul, rather than just pure negative ego. And, the way that I understand ego is, it's not just like ego's bad, soul's good. There is a positive and negative, and we need that positive ego to really allow us to operate as soul. And so, but it's the negative ego of the shame, the negative self-talk, the self-sabotage that can really, do a number on us. The monkey mind. This is Gemini. Gemini can really live in the monkey mind in its lowest vibrations, in that mind chatter, in that just whirling. And I've noticed it myself in the last couple of weeks of being in that space. And it's like, oh, time to get out of it. So, anyway, this is more of a reminder. It's like, okay, we're being shown here, we have everything it takes everything it takes to move forward. I mean, look at this. This is like entrenchment, and this is like the leap. And you know what's so beautiful is that the lion is an amazing animal that has the greatest capacity to leap. So we can leap into the highest vibration of Leo. The highest vibration of Leo. And, and I'm also getting like, I feel like people, this to me is always Lionsgate. So even though it's Lionsgate will be more in the new moon of Leo energy, but this Leo, this lion, I'm feeling, people are really going to feel a lot of shifting between now and August 8th. So I'm just putting that out there. Also, too, it's interesting because they did have me pull, the Lemurian Starchild cards, and I'm hoping that, they just started mowing across the street. So I'm like, oh, I guess it's time I really need to finish this up. So the Lemurian Starchild cards, and these are beautiful. They are by Leanne Carpenter, and I think it's Michiel Kroon. And these are gorgeous. And this is, it's like the whole Lemurian ideal is bringing heaven back to earth. Okay, so coming back into that fifth dimensional plus consciousness. And so this is how Spirit really wants to end, with a message regarding that, where we are headed in our collective dharma. Oh, here we go. Oh! Yay! Look at that. Awakening. Da da da. I love it. I love it. Look at that. Look at those words. Know who you are. Beginning to end. Align your life. What is no longer in alignment with who you truly are. And awakening. Know who you are. DNA activation. Huge. We didn't even talk about the light codes. We could have tons of light codes coming in tomorrow in the Eclipse portal. Also, too, like I said, I believe in 11 days, we're going to be in the summer solstice, June 20th, 2021. That I've been getting information about finally, and I am going to be doing a meditation. So, we're going to be receiving DNA light code activations tomorrow, and definitely on solstice, summer. And I'm sorry, I'm in the northern hemisphere, so I'm saying summer solstice. But also, no matter where you are in the world, winter or summer solstice feels really big. And then I'm getting like that 888 portal again. So I feel like they're building upon each other. They feel, we got Gemini, we have the twins, but this is actually becoming like the triplets, right? So we're going to have that extra one of the 8-8 portal, not just the solar eclipse and the solstice here on June 20th. So, awakening. The other thing that I find really fascinating is, here we have the leap card. On the back is the flower of life pattern. See how gorgeous that is? And look at this. There we go. Flower of life. What were we talking about? We have the ability to co-create with the divine. Flower of life is like an essential creation essence out of, I always align it with Isis and the divine. So, in the Egyptian mysteries. But this is where we are. And I just love this. Gorgeous. So, full cycle. Anyway, I'm still running my Kuan Yin transmission special. And, check that out. You can email me at marshacanestrano@gmail.com. I'll leave that below. Also, too, like I said, I'm going to be doing a solstice meditation, and they keep on showing me, interestingly enough, the pyramids. So we're going to be working with the pyramids, and we're going to be working with light above the pyramids, and we're going to be working like in the more Egyptian heritage, but we're also going to be blending in Atlantean and Lemurian heritage too. So if that appeals to you, you can also email me if you're not on my email list, and I hopefully will have that up maybe on my website in time. I can't guarantee that though. So much love to all of you, and I'm just feeling like I personally am feeling, I'm so psyched. I'm actually feeling this bliss and this ecstasy for not just myself, but for humanity. I feel like there has been a turning point, and that we can really step over a threshold now that can lead us into this 20th, this like the 20s, and into the, into that 20s, into that fifth dimensional consciousness. Okay, so much love to you all, and I will see you next time. And oh, a beloved, blessed solar eclipse, new moon in Gemini, and new beginnings of creation for everyone. Many blessings.